Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2021. Figure that one out. Huh? So, as usual, well, first of all, I'm going to have to apologize because last night we got real busy, so I wasn't able to tape the house and all the Queen's glory, which makes her pretty happy because my daughter decided to camp herself into the living room, and I didn't think it was appropriate to have the latest Resident Evil playing in the background as we're trying to talk about Christmas. Yeah, go figure that out, right? So she decided to watch that, the latest Resident Evil, on the day before Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's my daughter. Jeff, Merry Christmas. Leroy, Merry Christmas. Again, last minute. Zablik, Merry Christmas, my brother. Again, poor Zablik. I think Zablik was sentenced to death in our bowling tournament. I'm not too sure. I forgot. No, Game Line survived. It was Game Line who survived. Zablik, you have been sentenced to Dungeon Bowl next week. Rick, Merry Christmas. So I'm going to cut a bit of a promo here. We'll do a little bit of year in review. I want to talk about some things, what to expect going forward, some of the things I regret. I'll allow you guys to answer some questions. I know that a lot of you have been writing me about a certain subject, and if it's asked, I will respond to it, of course. Let's see, what else was there? Maybe we'll take a look at some new Glowing Turtle. How you doing? Four Against Darkness put out 3 new over the holidays. I believe they'll be putting out 3 new expansions. We'll take a quick look at them, of course. Merry Christmas, Trevin, my good friend. I'm sorry, Zeb. I don't know what to tell you with the big ouch. You'll have to see it. You just bowled poorly. It was the cheese dogs and the beer that did you wrong. I apologize. So let's kind of let's look back. A year ago at this time, I mean, I was wrapped up in a econ. How are you? Morning. I was wrapped up pretty badly after arm surgery. I've come back quite a bit. The problem is the numbness and the pain in the arm. And I think it's more attributed to what happened later in the year when I unfortunately got COVID and nearly lost my life from it. But, we had a lot of fight. We had a great doctor who was able to get us through it, give us the treatment that we needed. And, I still suffer a lot of pain. We have the long COVID, unfortunately, and it's kind of slowed the channel down a bit. But I think over the year, the one thing that I learned about this channel was that it was never about being a YouTuber and trying to be a board game influencer. That's not something that I ever tried to attribute. We actually have some data here that I'm going to share with you guys of what we've been able to do on this channel in the past year, because we have calculated all that. The thing is, 80 to 85% of the influencers are just dirty. They just want your money and whatever else they can get. I get that. They all want fame, but fame is fleeting. Fame is fleeting. And on Christmas, I'm not here to rant or tear people down. I felt bad, for a lot of people in the business that really got hurt during these very difficult times, particularly Aldi over at Board Game Geek. The tough time that he had, and you never want to see anybody hurt, especially when he got burned by some people who just didn't do the job for them, and do some right things by him, and they didn't do it, and they walked off with his money. But that's life. That's the way this business goes. And I found myself in the last year removing myself from that kind of group. I didn't do any conventions this year. I didn't. I'll get to that, Zeb. Like a matter of fact, I have the totals that we took care of for the year, so we'll be talking about that very shortly. Um, see, I lose my train of thought real easy too. Still, one of the things that I the reason I removed myself and didn't go to conventions is I wanted to get away from it, and I wanted to make this channel more of what I really thought was going to be more of a positive thing, a safe haven where people can come. They're not being pressured to donate or become a patron or buy this, buy that, and buy this. We tried to provide a service to help charities. If you could, you were getting something back for it, and a lot of you got some phenomenal deals. Zeblik, thank you very much for the charities and the cheese dogs and the beer. That covered, the waitress was a little ticked off when you left after, well, actually you left in chains. I apologize for that. But there was no tip on that table. So I'm going to give that to the waitress. It wasn't your fault. Immediately upon losing the match, you were taken away. And right now, I believe that you are transmitting from a cell until next week. Ken, Merry Christmas to you as well. And tip of the cup to y'all. And by pulling away and doing our own thing and not worry about sponsorships or having ins with developers and stuff like that, if they wanted their stuff reviewed on here, I felt we did a good job over the year, and I think we've helped a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I got a beautiful letter from my very good friend Richard Launius, who thanked me so much for helping with bring him on the channel and really put the Kickstarter over the top for that racing game, which is going to be fantastic when it comes out. Anything Richard Launius does is absolutely fantastic. We've gotten into some scraps with some people, that just think that they could take liberties on this channel, and yeah, I fight back. I fight back, and some people that run their mouth that next convention season that we'll take care of. But right now, we're not worried about season's beatings. We're worried about just talking about what we've been through this year, some of the good things, some of the bad things, and putting into perspective, and then giving you some good. I'm going to rant a little bit. So if you want to sit back and use this as billboard material or whatever you need to do, then so be it. Zebuk, we will get you at the end. We will pile the Christmas Godzillas. This is the Christmas Godzilla. These are special. If you get these, you're in. And really, call it as I see it, and really put things in perspective. Russ Swordsman, how are you? Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. There's a very talented man. Very talented man. Does a very good job with wargamings. And the funny thing, War and Peace's segment has always taken up a good part of this channel. I don't consider us a full, even though wargaming is one of my favorite things. We kind of did a little of everything on the channel, and we will continue to do that. I really felt over the last year that we have covered a lot of material, did a pretty nice job with all the adversity. I think one of the biggest regrets that I have is that I would try to schedule stuff during the week, and so much of life would get in the way. There was always something going on, whether, with grandchildren, daughter-in-laws, son-in-laws, sons, daughters, and all the other fun things that happen in life. We tried our best to try to keep up with things. We tried to make things fun here over the last year. We have fought through massive amounts of physical adversity, and it wasn't easy. We had highs and lows with the channel. And I finally got to the point where I just don't care. And in a good way, though. I'm very happy to turn on the camera and not care what anyone else thinks, what anyone else wants. I've been blessed with with a great sponsor, Miniature Market. I've been blessed with, for 5 years now. They believed in a little itty bitty channel that was only like, 700 people. And now, we're closing in on 18,000. The numbers don't mean anything to me anymore. I don't worry about how many people are watching. I don't worry about how many people view videos. All I worry about is, are we having fun? Is everybody enjoying themselves when they come in here, and making the best out of what I can? And there's a lot of things I don't understand as far as technologically, how to bring you the best stuff. And it's a very ragtag channel. And if that's something that you can latch on to and enjoy, then that's going to really work. I'm going to have fun. This next year, we've got about 9 months of consistent videos, and then we're going to back off and we're going to reassess everything at the end of September. And I'm going to spend more time with my grandchildren. Videos will be less, but the channel's not going away. This is my channel. You may see more at times, you may see less, but I'm not going to worry about this constant output. I mean, let's be honest. Every single day, almost, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's some kind of content. I mean, we put out close to 10 videos, including live events, a week. And it's a lot to do. Oh, Target. One day until Christmas. Make sure that you should. I hate that thing that pops up in there. Nick, Merry Christmas. Glowing Turtle. He's achieved some platinum thing and decided to announce it here. Nice. Okay, you're going to make me read that. Land Tarek Korza. Caught a live video for once. Happy holidays, y'all. Well, brah. Happy holidays to you. Leroy, waiting on Blacklist Games to ship Hour of Need, which I backed in 2019. Well, you got to cut them a little slack. It's not, some of these companies, listen, before 2019, if somebody did something in 2015 and it's just coming out in 2022, there's a problem there. Okay. But nowadays, how do you hold people accountable? It's really, really, really hard with all the different issues, the printing issues and this, that, and the other and stuff like that. Some people are able to get their stuff. Some people aren't. It's, it's really tough. Andy, Merry Christmas. Hold on. I got to put this on. AJB, I think it is. Merry Christmas to all. Well, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Mayora, how are you? I want to make sure I got everybody. Ken, I think I said Merry Christmas as well. Okay, there we go. I think we hit everybody. So you have this really kind of spiral mind. Merry Christmas. You have this weird thing that is going on and really made it tough for creators that rely on new stuff. I'm not a cult of the new guy. I don't care. We're going to play what we want to play. If somebody, there's a lot of games I want to play, but if there's 9,000 videos being produced every day of the same game, why am I going to do my version of it? I'll wait till later when it dies down, and then it kind of goes, oh yeah, I remember that game. That game's a lot of fun, and that's what we try to do. I think the most important thing that we did this year was raise money, and in the last year, even though I was out of commission for close to 6 weeks, I did my best to do what I could. When I was sick, it was pretty bad, And even with one arm, we tried to do the best that we could. We raised $54,486. And that was very good. It was very good. That was without going on Kickstarter. That was without a patron. That was just through donations that you guys have given, that we have taken. And I actually have a breakdown of what we've done. We've given $24,000 to the Humane Society and in food and other things. Cancer Society, we had donated close to 14,000 of that, and then the rest went to Make-A-Wish. So we really have spread out and really gave a bunch of money. I wanted to really help Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, but next year we'll worry about that. It was kind of hard to kind of spread the money out. A couple of the humane societies here, we've had fires that burnt down places, and then we have a no-kill shelter that runs totally on donations, and they do their best to stay afloat. So we've helped immensely there. That doesn't even mention a couple tons of food, what we've donated personally. And it's been a tough year for us financially. My wife didn't work this year. We did our best to bring in games to show you stuff and things like that. And, I have to thank Steven over at Miniature Market for sending us a lot of stuff. A lot of the Games Workshop stuff he sent over to us, and just said, hey, here, take this. Thanks for advertising and stuff like that. So that helped out a lot. We spent a lot of money bringing games in. We don't ask for it. Okay. I work very, very, very hard. Okay. I'm a blue collar guy. I don't sit here and do board games and say, hey, financially take care of me so I can, make a couple of videos a week and sit back and have you just pay for all my bills. No, I go out and work a job. Okay. I've been working in the military for close to 40 years. Okay. God, has it been 40? Yeah, it's just a little over 40 years. And I've made a very good living. And I've taken very good care of my family. I'm very blessed with the family that I have. I'm going to read some of these comments. Bear with me for a moment. But we really tried, when we started this up with the thought of doing things for charity. Next year, I want to beat that number. I want to beat $54,000. I really do. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to do it. I don't want to do patrons. I don't want to ask people to, make a bunch of stupid cards on my face that go to a game. Not that there's a problem with any of that stuff. It's just, I just don't do that stuff. That's not me. James Bond, Merry Christmas. Doug Moore, Merry Christmas. I was drawn, Land says, I was drawn in by your D100 attention. My favorite solitary game. Your insights are great. Slowing down, Rob, is okay. Quality over quantity, sir. I have to agree with that. We'll never have quantity. How do you donate? Usually I try to give you something back where we do an auction with a bunch of games, or people, hit the super chat. We take that money and, whatever we get from YouTube, we take that money. Sometimes I'll buy some paints if I was painting, to try to cut some of the costs a little bit. But most of that money that we ever get donated from, watching the videos, donating to the Godzilla Fund, that money has gone to a lot of charities. I was going to put it in my granddaughter's college fund, but my granddaughter's going to get quite a bit when I go. And, my grandchildren will be well taken care of. I have worked my ass off my entire life, to the point where, not only physically in the gym, but I've always taken good care of myself. This was my worst year of health ever. Almost lost my life. My arm popping my bicep, but this arm is back, and I'm lifting and stronger, but I've got to get over this thing. Donate games or here with money, whatever you guys feel like. That's how comfortable we leave it. We don't pressure you. It's not here to pressure you guys or anything or like that. And I always used to laugh because it's a funny thing. I used to do something for a certain board game channel, and they always had the best of Apple equipment, and yet they were always crying poor and how they needed to get to conventions and things like that and so forth and so on. But they always had the newest Apple Watch. They always had this, and they were getting paid and making deals and all kinds of other stuff. And it kind of made me go, so this is how this works. And I thought it was just this one person, but it's a number of people. And I never want to be that guy to pressure anybody. I just want you to come here, have a safe haven, enjoy, and just have fun. Mark, Merry Christmas. King Fat, Merry Christmas. This isn't about money and stuff like that. We'll talk about what we can do for charities next year. But I want to make sure that when you give money, that you get something back, something of value. Whether I'm auctioning off all my games to raise money for charity, okay? Or I'm painting stuff, which I'm starting to get this arm back enough where I'm starting to paint. I was able to paint a few things very slowly. But we're going to be coming back with the painting videos. We're going to be coming back live and doing those live chats while I paint. They were never very popular, but it was just a way of hanging out and talking and you guys asking questions and stuff like Warmac, Merry Christmas, my brother. And PayPal information is in the video details. Yeah, we also have a PayPal that you can donate money to. Just send money to snickelfritz64 at yahoo.com. It's in if you just look at any video, there's a thing that you can, if you want to donate to a charities. I forgot about that because we don't plug it. All we do is ask you, hey, something. It doesn't hurt if you hit the likes a little bit. You know what I mean? Or subscribe if you're new. It just kind of shows us that we're moving forward a little bit. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. The most important thing is that you come here and have a good time. Have a good time. And laugh. And not have any pressure. It's not canned. It's not fake. It's not scripted. It's not this. It's not that. It's just the channel that everything goes wrong live. We'll get caught in thunderstorms. The dogs will bark. My wife will yell at me. Which, I don't know what she got so ticked off about this morning. She was giving me orders for the day, and I turned to her and I said, "Yes, my liege. Why would you get mad over that?" Well, we're not talking right now. I can't figure out. I was just getting down on one knee and bowing to the queen. When I saw people that I gladly support show up with new electronics and spending it on a lot of that on weird items of clothing, I knew that I wouldn't donate to them again. That's a good call. Listen, they think you're a bunch of marks. I want this to be happy. Plus new t-shirts are coming. Yes. We got a bunch of new t-shirts that are going to be fun. And actually, I want a new t-shirt so I can just wear them and have some fun with them. Painting videos are the best. It is what started me painting. Well, thank you, Sablik. A lot of channels think you're a bunch of marks. And they think they can give you a sob story and this, that, and the other. And fool you and lie to you. But you know something? Eventually, people figure you out. people figure out. Or sometimes you're so good at preaching, and you know how every evangelist is, okay? At the end of the day, they're a false prophet. Okay, off with your head. Yeah, pretty much, King Fat. But today is a day to reflect and be thankful. You know, we had so many magical games come out this year, and they were smaller games. And, you know, I tried to put them all in the thing, but Chronicles of Drungor, one of my favorite games this year. One of my favorite games this year. The new Dungeon Bowl is glorious. The new stuff from Chip Theory that they've come out with. Mini Rogue, which I thought was fantastic. Lux, this little thing. This was a lot of smaller games. All the Play.com stuff that I have brought in and had just a blast with. Role Player. This is the first time I got a chance to play that. I had a great time with. The new Kill Team. I really kind of like it. I think it's great. We need to get it here. The Topian Wars. The Wild West stuff. Wild Ascent. I'm looking around here. Some old stuff I brought out. Besieged. You know something? That's not a bad game, folks. It's not a bad game. Wings of Glory, I've been having fun with that. You know, some things that we're going to be taking a look at. You know, I've got stuff that's painted that I haven't even played yet. Hellboy. Space Corp, which was fantastic. Space Infantry from Lock and Load, another fantastic game. We had a lot of fun with Frontier Town. And the new Forbidden Fortress... their town, the feudal village. That was a good time. We played so much stuff that was just fantastic. And then there was stuff that we had waited for forever that was completely disappointing. There was a lot of disappointing stuff. How about some of the good stuff, though? Let's talk about good stuff. The Space Hulk, when we played Space Hulk in that new dungeon set, which was fantastic. I've started with Marvel Crisis Protocol. The new Car Wars. How freaking good was that? Steve Jackson on time through a pandemic. Street Fighter. I thought that was a lot of fun. What else? Absolute War. Another magnificent thing. Death Valley. Battles of Shenandoah, I thought was fantastic. There's a lot of stuff coming out from Flying Frog that I'm looking forward to that's going to be good this year. The new Blood Bowl they came out with the Imperials. I loved it. I love Besieged. But I'm weird. No, I liked it. King Fat. Die in a Dungeon, which was a new game that we played. Core Space we painted, but we haven't gotten on camera. But I played. Last Night on Earth, we finally got that out on the table. I thought that was fantastic, and we had a lot of fun while I was sick. Let's see, what else? Hoplomachus, we did a live video of that earlier in the year. Shiver Me Timbers was a fantastic game that came out. Destinies. We did that live when I was on my deathbed. I thought that was going to be the last game that I was going to do. Role Player Adventures is good too. Yes, it's very good. It's actually very great, and I plan on doing that over the holiday. There's a couple things I want to do over the holiday. Siege of Citadel, which, you know, I really did that. I did that live. I was deathly sick because I saw a video by a bunch of clowns, you know, just being stupid and not representing the game. You know, they all get together around the table and they act like idiots and they think, you know, that's going to represent the game. Oh, well, I'm going to be... Give the game some respect. It's a Richard board game. What game is upside down behind you? Blasted Wastes, which is an expansion for Shadows of Brimstone. I hope that drives a lot of people nuts because... You know, they say they have something that I really don't, you know, let's come on. boy, there's just so many things that we experienced this year and that we had so much fun with. And sometimes we flip ships. I mean, the game that we can't beat. That we're giving it one more time because I'm laying out some plexiglass and we're going to play that one more time. People are probably sick of it, but I don't care. I'm having fun with it, and the earth is on edge. Before I got hurt, Sputio. I tried playing with one arm. It was very tough. The D100 series, which we always have fun with. 4 Against Darkness and all their spin-offs. The Mars, Marco with his with Cthulhu spin-off. Matter of fact, let me open this up because I want to show you a couple things that are coming out. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, is that as big as I can get that? Really? Okay, well, I'm going to try to show you this, but I want to show you there is another over the holiday. It's going to be Court of the Pixie King. Make sure that you check it out. It's going to be another fantastic expansion. I'm going through this fast because I don't want to give away anything, but there's a lot going on in this one here. Everything you're going to want to check this out for 4 Against Darkness. Another fantastic game. Thinking of kickstarting Call of Kilforth, which is currently now. Not sure if I should. It's actually a very good game. Final Girl was another big game, but I wanted to show you some of this 4 Against Darkness stuff. We've got Court of the Pixie King coming. And then let me close this out because I don't want you to see something that I have here. Then this one here, I want to show you. Okay, come on. Oh, did I hit it twice? Of course I did. This is very cool that they came out with for 4 Against Darkness. You should be able to get this on Drive-Thru-RPG today. Twisted Final Fights, unique boss fights for 4 Against Darkness. And there's a ton of different types of boss fights that you can have. Look at some of these nasties. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So you're going to be able to tier it depending on what you're doing. So if you don't want to play the boss at hand, you can play some of these advanced monsters that are going to have all these special rules to them. And then you can roll on this to get this the final boss table. Like if you decide to pick up something, you can stop right where you are and decide, okay, we're going to fight the final boss. Make your own story, however you determine that you want to do it. Okay. Another glorious thing from our friends over at 4 Against Darkness, who will just kill it. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They kill it. And then there's this one here, this final one that will be live, which is just another glorious thing. I plan on doing a video on each one of these that you'll see over time. As a matter of fact, there's a couple. I believe there's one today that No, I don't have a video going up today because I'm doing this, I believe. Entreaty of Eldritch Enchanters. Magic classes for 4 Against Darkness of any level. So there's more magic users that you can use in your thing, adding expert skills, psychic skills, and all this other stuff. There is just so much for this glorious telekinetic crush and stuff. All the new classes that you're going to have, different powers that you're going to be adding into. Here we go. A sorceress that you can add in. So just bringing more and more to just this fantastic game. Hats off to Andrea and all the work that they have done to make this one of the best games that you will ever play. Let me see if I missed it. Play Till It Hurts. How you doing, my brother? I ordered flip ships from Amazon after watching Captain Retro Rob play. Yeah, that's what we do. Andrew, Merry Christmas. I need to tear away from D100 long enough to get back into 4AD. Now, you can go back and forth and really enjoy yourself. I really enjoy the RPGs. The ones you've chosen are also clever. Yeah, I really try to showcase a lot of good stuff, and I think they do a great job. Tina, how are you? Merry Christmas. Andy, I love the 4 Against Darkness stuff. There you go. There you go. You're hitting it on all cylinders. So 3 new expansions that you'll be able to find on Drive-Thru RPG, who should sponsor this channel, so we can even raise more money for charity. But they got their boys, you know? And it does. It becomes clicky, but it is what it is. Let's talk positive. Let's go. Let's talk about what a fantastic year we've had, and what we have to come. This is going to be, I'm really going to try to be as ambitious as I can going into this. There's a lot of things I want to get to the table. I want to show you a lot of different things. I want to be a little unique and do some different things and really showcase things in my own unique way. Unfortunately, you're never going to get this huge technological, full of flashes and cartoon figures in the back and stuff like that. You know, it's always going to be a mess back there. And, you know, the camera work is going to be shoddy at best. We did get a new camera that we will be installing. Yay! After we blew out one. And, you know, I pay for all that myself. And, you know, we don't take it out of our donation money. I've got some of the stupidest friends on the face of the planet. But you know, the most important thing is that we're going to do it ourselves. And, you know, we're not going to rely on anything or count on anything. We're just going to turn the channel on. We're going to make videos that hopefully are informative for you. We're going to make videos, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I try to put up videos of things that excite me or things that I'm really excited about, or if somebody needs something for Kickstarter that I feel I want to do it. I've turned down a lot of stuff. I have turned down more stuff in the last 6 months. Oh, we'll send you this and then you can pass it on. I don't have time to run. My days are 18-hour days. And, you know, between, you know, my day job, my extracurricular job, then trying to, you know, hold court and keep the family running in the same direction, keep everybody focused. And by the time I get to bed and get my 4 hours of sleep and then restart, you know, I'm done. And there's only so much I can do. I really, 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 honestly, really try to be as real as possible. Okay? I like to pull back the curtain as much as I can. I really haven't done that as much as I used to do. I think because nobody wants to be brought down, you know, especially with all the health issues that I've suffered through and fought through, and I have fought, and you know, with the arm, with the painting, you know, some of the other things, you know, and we try to absorb as much as we can. We don't put things on you. We want you to come here and not make you feel uncomfortable and say, hey, we need this, we need that. Please support this if you like, you know, and have, you know, the first 5 minutes of a video talking about how you can support and take care of, and that we can't make videos unless you support us, and this, that, and the other. We try to make it where you turn on, how you doing? Here's what's going on. Talk a little bit about my life, maybe a little bit, what's going on, some of the things that we're working on, some of the things that we have planned going forward. And then get into the game and then lose horribly. Have a camera blowout. Do this, do that. Sound is horrible, and just do what we can. And I think that works for me, and I think that works for a lot of you, or else you wouldn't have been here. You know, at the end of the day, it really just comes down to just being myself, enjoying my time with you and going forward. Rob, are you still working on that game with Herman Luttman? We put a hold on that because of my health issues. John with the 5 tree. Do you see that, G? I'm turning the big G towards the thing so he can see that. Okay, hold on. I'm turning him towards so he can see that screen. Do you see what John did? He gave you 5 trees. Now you better live up to that when it's time. Towards the end of the show, when we go Godzilla. Jeez. No, I'm not very good at games. Never was. I'm good at certain things. But I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a thing. But what I do is I am the common man who plays games live on YouTube. And that's never going to get me to 50,000 subscriptions. That's never going to get me to, 10,000 views for every video. Because the board game community doesn't want the common man. Okay? They want that over top, whatever it is, whatever fits their type of humor, type of guy. And I'm not that guy. I'm an ordinary guy. Okay? I'm a guy that goes out and goes fishing. I like to play sports. Okay? Which I'm now that my health's getting there, and hopefully in the next year I'm going to be playing a lot more sports. I like to go, do my drone stuff. We're doing some RC stuff to get ready for my grandson when he gets a little older. We're thinking about putting taking and getting rid of 40% of these games and putting up a giant RC track or a marble track and do racing videos to go along with. I mean, we're never going to get rid of with our war game videos, our dungeon crawl videos, our Euro game videos, our Warhammer tabletop, or dystopian war or whatever. There are so many different things. It's just not one thing here, and it's one man doing it. Okay, we don't have a team of people, so we can crank out all kinds of stuff. Jason Wenzel. Look at him coming huge and flexing with the big thank you. Do you see that, G? Hold on. We got to get that on there, too. Come on, G. Do you see that? Are you going to give him some music at the end of this thing? I'll tell you. You better not be holding out, brah. There we go. I do give you an honest review. I try not to hurt somebody. A lot of people took offense when and it hurt the channel pretty badly when I totally stood up and I said, I don't like the new Descent. And everybody went, oh, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then some channel started running its mouth while I was watching it on our anniversary. I'll never forget it. And I promised him he's going to get an open hand slap when I see him at a convention. Because he started lying and twisting things. And how I deal with that, it's a Christmas. I shouldn't be talking about that. We'll talk about that after the first year. But when I talked about Descent and I said, hey, I feel that this game, I'm spending too much time looking and developing everything and making things on the app. Why would I have to build all this stuff? I'm not really doing anything here. I'm more focused in on the app. And I didn't like it. I didn't say it was a bad game. Matter of fact, I gave it I think I gave it like a 7.6 or 7.7. And what's it at right now? On BGG? Probably 7.6, 7.7. Unfairly. Because people either gave it 10s, which meant it was that no game could be ever better than a 10. So if another dungeon crawl comes out and they love it and it's their favorite game of all time, how could it be more than a 10 when the scale is 0 to 10? And then people that gave it 0, that wasn't fair either, because that game is not a 0. It's a good game. I see where they were going with it. It's good. It's just not for me. I have it sitting up there. And will I tackle it? I sure will. Hey, what's up? See, there it is. I haven't gotten rid of it. It still sits there. Does that mean that it's going to be over with? Mark, Merry Christmas. Dragon, Merry Christmas. John Shepard loves my honest review. Thank you, bro. Man, look at all this stuff. I mean, I got a lot of junk. A lot of junk. Got rings up there. What else do we got over here? Here, there you guys are. There's all your comments. All right. Look at that. Piled to the sky. And then it goes like another 25 feet deep that way. Another 10 feet deep that way. Behind this, there's another thing. I don't think you can see it. There's like 2 more racks behind this. Oh, what can I tell you? Go Man U. Even though we're horrible. All right, there we go. Hey Jay, Merry Christmas. Let's hope that 2022 is the year of Space Hulk and expansions. Well, you know, we really do hope for that. Richard Kerr, Merry Christmas. I really hope a lot of things. And I hold a lot of hope for mankind, that this divide that we have amongst each other. You know, you look at Twitter, it's disgusting. You look at Instagram, it's disgusting. People do not like each other. Or they take cheap shots from the cheap seats, like a certain individual in Canada that he's got it coming. He's got it coming. But they take cheap shots from the cheap seats. Because back in the old days, and the old days are gone. They'll never come back. But when you opened your mouth, you had to make sure that you were willing to pay for it. Okay, no matter what was going to happen. And those days are gone. So you have all these devices and you can say the most cruel and most awful things. Even here, you can say what you want and it can be as cruel as can be. And it's a shame. But hopefully, during this holiday, maybe people can wake up a little bit. Maybe people can feel a little bit and be compassionate to one another and help one another. Not just this time of year, but all year round. And that's what we strive for. I don't care about subscriptions. I don't care about likes. I don't care about a lot of things. But if we're able to move someone and help someone and show someone how to help your brother. We're all brothers and sisters. In some fashion, some way. Whether you believe in religiously or whatever, it doesn't matter. What really matters is your compassion for your fellow man. And if we can do that, we can get over a lot of things. Not this insane divide. Not this canceling people and hurting people and destroying people's lives just because they don't believe in what you believe in. Part of being free is having an opinion that is different from somebody else. Not following, not being a lemming. They may not always be right, but they should have that freedom to think for themselves. Mel, Merry Christmas to you and your family, Rob. Thank you, my brother. James, my wife made me clean the basement, and the best way to get rid of it was to send it to Rob for charity. And James did, and did a fantastic job. And I'll tell you, James, you have done a fantastic job. And I'd like to tell you, we had somebody privately come and take a look at things and done some fantastic stuff. Not only that, but we were able to take care of a family that was not able to take care of didn't have any presents under the table and could not pay their rent, mortgage actually. And we were able to take care of their mortgage, and we put a whole bunch of presents under the table because he had sent us a whole bunch of stuff that was unwrapped, and we were able to, it just happened the kid was a big superhero fan, and we were able to get some presents under the table. I also bought a few things for them. both parents had lost their jobs. And unfortunately, we're really struggling. We were able to do a lot of good things thanks to James. And Jamos, I can't thank you enough. And we will continue to do some things with Jamos, and I can't thank him enough for all the help that he. I can't help but thank all of you for all you've done to help us raise as much money as we had. Pete from Cool Mini or Not, Simon, how much stuff hasn't they sent us, and we were able to auction off and help so many lives. We just don't donate to the charities. We help people. There have been plenty of people that have been desperate and needed our help. We were able to help them. There were some people that we just couldn't help, that we just didn't have enough money to go around. And to this day, it haunts me. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. And I want you to think about this, because one of the reasons that we do so much charity work is because of this story. And I'm going to tell you this because I want this to end on a very, very high note. Let me see. Don't know if it's unfortunately some cities in America or are like the Old West tombstone. There has to be balance in the universe. And before I get to these stories, I'm just going to give you my thoughts. Okay? You cannot have good without evil. And you cannot have evil without good. And you hope that there is always an internal balance. And that you hope that maybe the good outweighs the bad. Okay? But you're always going to have that. And depending on which side you are, what you see as evil isn't always true. There are gray lines. You have good, you have evil. And then when you come up here, somewhere is this gray area that is in between. I always hope that we as people can find that in between. That most of us would find that in between, to respect others, to care for others, and respect their opinions and their outlook on life. And hope that maybe through calm discussion, that maybe they can see your point as much as maybe you could see theirs. And find that gray area. That's what you hope for. That's what you hope for. I'm not on the left. I'm not on the right. I've always been in between. I believe there's goodness in both sides. I really do. The extreme right, I think, are out of, if you remember all the years ago with the crazy evangelists, and then now this, we went through all that stuff. And then on the left with the absolutely insane cancel thing, okay? Where they take it to such an extreme. There's balance somewhere in the middle. But it starts with loving one another. And in order to do that, you have to love yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're never going to be able to care about anybody else. And sometimes that's the hardest thing, is to find love for yourself. Okay? I don't mean egotistical love. I mean thinking that you're good enough to be kind to others. And if you can do that, your life will go so much farther. You'll do so many wonderful things for so many wonderful people. There's goodness in everyone. You just have to find it. But one of the reasons I hesitated on I'm going to tell you two stories here, and then we're going to close this out, because I could talk all day. Let's be honest. I have a YouTube channel. It gives me an excuse to keep talking. A lot of you, when I was sick, was hoping that I would stay sick so I wouldn't keep talking. There was an individual that used to follow this channel, and I'll never forget this. And there was a guy named Saeed who really needed some help, and he had wrote me. And I couldn't help him because I ended up helping this other person who was crying about his kids and saying how his kids needed this and needed that. Merry Christmas from Australia. Ghosts and Goblins. Merry Christmas, my brother. And he was always on the channel, and he always said that his kids needed this, and we sent boxes of stuff to him. We paid his car payments. We sent money to him. And come to find out, he was ordering things on Kickstarter and not taking care of his kids. And I got burned. And the person that really needed it, I didn't help. And I kicked myself every day for it. And did it sour me into trying to help people? No, I was a little more cautious, but it bothered me. It haunted me. And, you know, you can't win them all. You try your best. Vero, Merry Christmas. And best wishes for the new year from Canada. God bless Canada. God bless Australia. And I always felt burnt by that. So I'm going to tell you this quick story. I've always been somebody that worked very, 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 very hard. And I had just gotten out of the military. And I was waiting for my job to come in, where I was going to be working for the military, but still part of the military. And we didn't make a lot of money. I had a small child, my beautiful daughter, Kate. And to this day, he still cries about his kids, but he's still buying games like crazy. Oh, I back that. And James, you're supposed to send us a bill for the shipping. Jamos. All right. So let me get back to it. So make sure you send us that bill so we can pay for the shipping. I'll make sure that we pay it at the first of the year. His shipping was like $200 something, and I don't want this guy paying all the shipping. I'll pay it out of my own pocket. We were able to help a lot of people with that, and that means the world to me. And we will get to Godzilla. So let me go on with the story, because you know how this channel is. I get sidetracked 15 different ways. So I had this friend. His name is Crash, and to this day, we always stayed close and talked to each other, but somehow we grew distance. He lives in Connecticut. I live down here. And he worked for a place called Capital City, which was a comic book distributor back in the day. I think it was Capital City, because there was Diamond and Capital City, and they were going against each other at one point. Now, this is going back into the 80s. And I had gone out, and I was driving a truck twice a week at night to New York City, okay, to drop off containers to get on the airport. It was the worst 2 hours of my life, okay, the hour there and the hour back, because this place was in Wallingford. So at night, I would help get the containers packed up, and I would do that because he was my friend. He said, "Here, why don't you thank you, Jamos. I just saw that. I'll address all the comments at the end here. And I was struggling. My wife was at home with the baby, and she couldn't work, and we just had bought a house. We were having a tough time. I was doing everything that I could to just try to get us there. It was like 5-6 days before Christmas. I was waiting to get my check from Capital City, which was going to be like, back then it was like $90 after taxes, so I can at least get something under the table for the baby, and then me and the wife would just kind of high five and call it a year. And I was sitting there working. You're stressed, this, that, and the other, and he came up, and there's going to be some language here, so please forgive me. He came up to me, and we were very close friends. I love the guy. I'll tell you some stories about him. He was a card. Oh, he was special. I wish I can get a hold of him somehow and talk with him. But I lost his number, and I can't find it. But he came up, and he slid me $1,000 back there in 1980. And he goes, "You make sure that you go get something for your wife, and you take care of that daughter of yours. And if I find out that you've taken this money and spent it anywhere else, I'm going to kick the living shit out of you." Now here I am. I'm about a foot taller than him. Okay. You know, jacked to no end. You know, combat specialist. But I said, okay, all right, okay. And I'll never forget that. He just gave me $1,000 and just said, take care of your mortgage and take care of your kids and make sure you have a good meal for your family and your wife. And I ran out and I took, and then he told me, I'm going to have, I forgot his name. I think it was James. I'm going to have James drive the truck into New York. You get out of here, because it was around 6. He goes, you go take care of your family. And I never forgot that bit of kindness. And I never forgot him for that. The best part about it was some years later, he ran into some trouble because Capital City had closed out, and he hadn't worked for a while, and he was in between jobs, and back then getting a job was really hard, and he couldn't take care of things. And I went up to him and this is when I really started becoming very successful. I gave him $2,000, and I turned to him and I said, we called his son Simba. Okay. He was just, his son is special. And his wife. And I gave him the money. I go, you take care of your mortgage. You take care of your kids, or I'm going to kick the living shit out of you. And he laughed. And I said, I never forgot. And thank you. And I have to one-up you. We were always good to each other. We always took care of each other. We always loved each other. And I hope he's doing well. I think of him all the time. My wife and I were just talking about him when we were going someplace. But ever since that day, I've always tried to be especially good to people, because I remember how it felt, how hard it was. And I always had that thing. I said, I'm always going to try my best to pay it forward. I'm always going to try my best to be the best I can be to all people, even the ones I don't like. I try to forgive, but I've always had a stance that, boy, if you're going to open your mouth, I'm going to make sure you know about it. You know, it's that old school, old guy mentality where you kind of swing with each other a bit, and then once you got it all out of your system, you hug it out, and then you go have a beer at the bar, and then talk it out while you're putting ice packs on yourself. Used to play rugby a lot, and we would face this one team, and me and this guy on the field just did not see eye to eye. Matter of fact, he was a collegiate All-American, and we would beat the living bejesus out of each other. I mean, just, you know, bullseye on each other. I see him right there. Woomph. He would see me. Woomph. And it just was like two trucks smashing into each other all the time. Bush, bush, bush. And we come out of that and go, oh, God. But afterwards, we would shake hands. We'd hug it out. And he and I'd sit at the bar and drink the afternoon away. And laugh, cry, and talk. And that's the way it was. Oh, the things we would say to each other during the game. We're horrid. But you had those moments. You respected each other. You cared about each other. And at the end of the day, you would do anything for each other. And that was the kind of thing. It was fair. It wasn't cheap shots. It was just good old head-on-head noggining. Dumb macho crap. Dumb. Because now, at my age that I am, all that junk, I'm paying for it now. Let's read some of these things, then we'll get going. I know when I give, it doesn't always go to people who need it, but it's the act that counts, said Jamos. Well, we appreciate that, brother. Silk. Where's my glasses? Let's come up here. Skidamize, Merry Christmas, Rob. I served in the Navy and now at Battle Creek, Virginia. Nice, my friend. And thank you. Mel Morrison, I was in the Royal Air Force, and you definitely do not join up to get rich. That's for sure, brother. Forget it. Merry Christmas. You promised t-shirts, and that's enough. Well, thank you, Jamos, and I'll make sure that you get a full complement of every t-shirt that we have coming. Ghost and Goblins, I had cancer at the start of the year and had half my bowel taken out. Oh, dear God. Ended up in the ICU for 3 days and did not ask anything from anyone. I had faith, and our Father in heaven looked after me. God bless you. God bless you. Mel, I'm laughing and crying. Yeah, you should. Everything is good. I am back at work and traveling well. Merry Christmas. Well, good to hear that, Ghosts and Goblins. And I'm glad you're doing well. Glad to hear that. Okay, everybody's just making sure he's doing all right. Those were the good old days. Play till it hurts. Jason, finally caught a live stream. Merry Christmas, all. I come from the land of rugby. A great game in Australia. Oh, it's fantastic in Australia. I love watching it. Rugby is our NFL for Americans. Rugby is just a better game. Diego, Merry Christmas. All right, we have some Godzillas to do. Let's hope that he's in the holiday spirit. I doubt it because he's just a nasty guy. He's Godzilla. What can I tell you? Let's go with my man Zeblik. All right. Zeblik was first. Let's hope he gets some music and stays consistent. Here we go. Oh, he gets it. Could this be the Big G's day? Oh, nice play, Big G. John, thank you for the donation, brother. And Zeblik, thank you so much. Can John get his? Can the Big G be generous on Christmas? Come on, buddy. Come on, pal. Oh, come on, bro. That's just a nasty lizard. Jason, does he get the Christmas Godzilla? Oh, he does! Oh, Jason, 2 out of 3. That's pretty good this year. You know, in the spirit of Christmas. Maybe he'll take care of John. Come on, take care of John. It's Christmas, Big G. Take care of him. Yes! Everybody got the music this year. Oh. Thank you, G. Thank you, G. Thank you for being you. What a year he's had. That stupid bank gets more use on this stupid channel. Yeah, I'll tell you. What a channel. What a year. Next year, I mean, we still got some time left of this year, but next year, you know what? We're going to give everything that we can. We're going to leave it on the table. We're going to have fun. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be glorious. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to say to all of you, wearing my Godzilla eating Santa t-shirt. Yeah, I got one of those. Oh, where is it? I should have wore it today. Remember I got that? I wore it one year, I believe. Econ. Thank you, brother. I want to personally thank all of you. And I want to wish you and your families the very best. And if we've been able to move you in some way, if we've been able to help you in some way, even if you were having a bad day, and you were able to come on this channel or maybe see a video and it put a smile on your face, then I've done my job. That's the only job I have, is put smiles on faces and help others. That's the only thing we try to do here, and play some games where we can at least just enjoy each other's company. I've been very blessed to have you all in my life. I'm very thankful. And every year that we do this, I thank you with the bottom of my heart. My family thanks you. You've given me purpose. You've given me so much direction. In my deepest, darkest days, I've always had you guys to make me feel better. And I've been blessed for it and thankful for it. And will be internally grateful to you even when my day ends, of everything that you guys have done for me, my family, for our charities, for those poor animals that are going to be alone on Christmas. We've been able to bring some stuff down there. We just dropped off a whole bunch of stuff yesterday to bring them some stuff for comfort. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me. And I hope that I've been able to give you a sliver of happiness in a very, very tough time. We face many challenges going forward, but I always felt that if we stuck together on this channel, that we can face them going forward. No one will ever beat me out of this or make me stop doing this. I will stop doing this when it's time for me to stop doing it. And I just believe that if I can just keep on doing what I'm doing, turning on the camera, having you come in, sharing my life and you sharing yours, and just sitting down and playing the simple thing of just some cardboard and plastic together, and not making it some political statement, that we will always, always have room here on Rob's Tabletop World. No matter how many watch us, no matter how many like us, you can thumb down all you want. It doesn't bother us. We'll always be here, and we will do our best to try to do the most important thing, bring some happiness to others and bring some togetherness in a world that needs it at its darkest time. I wish you a Merry Christmas, which nowadays to say that is almost a sin, but I will miss you a Merry Christmas. And I hope that you just enjoy the holiday. And for those of you that don't follow it, I wish you the best these 2 days. Maybe you have the day off, and maybe you just take time to reflect. Okay? You don't have to celebrate Christmas to reflect and care about someone. And look at someone and say, I'm so blessed to have these people and these children or these animals or whatever, or neighbors in my life. We're all together. We're all one family. We all share the same planet. I hope that we all can continue to be good to one another, to try to be better at being good to one another, and enjoy our holiday season and think of others. You don't have, it's what you make of it, whether you believe or not. And everybody should take this time to just reset and get ready to face even more challenging things and get through it and do our best to see through it. And if we can do that, this place will be a better place to exist on if we all just work together and love one another. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I'll see you next year, and I'll wish you a happy new year. I'll see you next week, and we'll wish you a Happy New Year. We'll probably do something on Sunday, I hope. We're all special to each other, and be good to each other, and be kind to the world. You may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. And you guys are my world. Have a blessed day, and until next time, it's your old pal Rob saying we'll see you soon. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody.